name's Jonathan Scholes. I I run a blog called John's Journey, and today I thought I would um, try vlogging. So cut me a little slack if my first time sucks. But I want to try something new to reach a greater audience. Anyway, my name's John. I started having epilepsy when I was 5. Epilepsy affects about 200,000 people a year. So anywhere from infants to adults. It doesn't discriminate. And if you don't know anything about epilepsy, it's pretty severe. I mean, it affects people differently. There's lots of different forms of epilepsy, but it can be pretty severe. I started having epilepsy when I was 5. I would sit in school and just like stare off into the distance for like long periods of time. My teacher noticed it, and she had to kind of get me out of that that funk. I went through periods of my life where I wasn't really affected by epilepsy, but I always really had it. It just didn't show itself. About 18 months ago, I I forgot to take a couple doses of Lamictal at that time, and then started a whole series of severe seizures that I couldn't stop. And right now I wear it's an Apple Watch that has seizure detection. So things have been pretty severe. Um, things have been pretty severe. I About a month ago I had brain surgery. First, I went in for an SEEG, where they put the electrodes into your brain. That's considered a surgery. Um, and then I went to critical care, and doctors waited for me to have a seizure. Well, I had a seizure, and they determined that a lot of my seizures are coming from my thalamus. So they went in. I went into the emergency room again, and doctors, try to put, 2 more electrodes, so it'll be a total of 19. Put 2 more electrodes in the thalamus area. And during that, the neurosurgeon said I had a seizure, which caused one of the electrodes to slip, causing a hemorrhage in my head. And then what finally happened was I had a partial corpus callosotomy. So in one region, it cut off communication from the left temporal lobe to the right temporal lobe. And now I haven't had seizures in 55 days. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. It took a lot to get there. I mean, I've been on so many different medications and still am. I'm on 3 different AEDs, anti-epileptic, drugs that are targeted to stop seizures. And, I'm on Klonopin, Trileptal, Gabapentin, some kind of heavy-duty medication that when you take it, it makes you tired, it makes you groggy, it makes you just want to be in bed. But then I also have a family that wants me out of bed and doing stuff. So it's an everyday struggle. You know, I have an epileptic friend who um, who mentioned like her way of getting through this was meditation and exercise. And I don't disagree that meditation and exercise is a good thing to do. You know, I tried meditation. I do yoga about once a week. I try to meditation, but I have so many fleeting thoughts in my head that sometimes it's challenging to think about one thing and to meditate. Um, Regardless, I mean that could be a thing to do to help out. I mean, right now, I take 3 times a week. I do physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. I struggle with balance. I struggle with cognition still. So I may look okay, but I'm a far way from recovering from this brain surgery. Or it's actually 3 brain surgery. So I'm actually a far way off. People say that, oh, you look fine. Well, looking one way. The thing with epilepsy is it's kind of like an invisible disorder. A lot of people don't know you have it and don't know your life. And epileptics really can only understand what another epileptic is going through. You know, people in my own family say, oh, you look fine, it looks like you're doing fine. Well, you don't know that. You can't really understand what I'm going through. Only epileptics can understand what you're going through. You know, depression and anxiety come along with epilepsy. So John's journey helped me get a service dog. Her name is Ruby's Grace. She's a golden retriever. She's 6 months old right now. So she's still going through a lot of training. But it's been amazing having her in my life. I love having her in my life. I mean, and we have another dog whose name is the Dude. He's an American Pit Bull, no, not Pit Bull, but he's an American Bulldog mix. And he has helped me through some seizures. So I could tell you that I'm starting to feel like I have a new life. I hope that new life includes being seizure free, but at this point I don't know. You know, I could have a seizure at any point in time and not be aware or ready for it. So I guess the point of this vlog is just to actually, rather than typing a story, is just to tell you with my own voice what I'm been going through. It's been really challenging, but I have a great family behind me that's here for me. I'm waiting to hear if my disability has been approved, which before all this, I was a news reporter. I was a journalist, and I worked on local politics. Currently, I mean, I can't remember one day from another. Just my memory is terrible, and because of everything that I have to go through, I have to wear a helmet each day. If I'm sitting down, I don't wear a helmet, but if I'm walking around, I have to wear this hard helmet, which protects my brain. Now, at first, I had so many social anxieties about wearing this and what people would think or say to me. But after having brain surgery and sitting in the hospital for a month, um, I dropped all that. And you know what? This does help. This does help. So, uh, if you see me wearing this, I would just not say anything. I'm sitting down, so I'm going to take it off. But I know my life is different from a lot of other people, but it's worth knowing what epileptics go through, and you know their life. So I hope you watch this, and I'll game plan what to do in the future. So thanks everybody.